Hello, everyone. This is criminal profiler Pat Brown. And today I'm just going to go on a soapbox because I'm really annoyed. And I call this video an attorney, an FBI agent, and a profiler walk into a bar. And what happens there? A gang of women assault them verbally, calling them names, insulting them, saying that they're frauds or they're washed up or they're ugly or they're old crones or they're shills for the state, whatever. They get assaulted by a huge group of women. Why is this? And I have seen this many, many times as a criminal profiler and as a person who is, yes, 68 years old. And why do my why do my thumbnails look better than this? Because quite frankly, I like messing around my thumbnails a little bit to make them look better than this. Because wait till you're 68 years old. You ain't going to be so hot either unless you're Jane Fonda and can afford a whole lot of surgery and fancy stuff. Okay, I can't. I'm just me. All right. And I'm okay being 68, but when I look at my pictures, I kind of like them to look better. But oh my God, that proves that I'm a worthless, has-been, crap profiler. And this is what I see also happening to Wendy Murphy. This is what I also see happening to Jennifer Coffinduffer. Sorry, Coffinduffer. Fancy name. Okay. This is what I see happening. Why is this? Why do women, and I'm saying that 90% of the hate that the three of us get are from women, not men. Now, men sometimes will come in snidely and condescend to us, but women are vicious, absolutely vicious. They're vicious on many cases that maybe I'm not saying we all agree on or disagree on these cases, but for myself, I've been attacked about the West Memphis Three because I believe they're guilty. Oh my God, the stuff I've gotten, good portion from women. Amanda Knox case, I'm like, hey, I personally think she was involved to some extent, and she threw her boss under the bus and was willing to have him be prosecuted for homicide. I'm going to say she's not a nice person. Oh my God, have I been attacked by women? Now what do we have here? Delphi case. Everybody loved me till the Odinist thing came out. And when the Odinist thing came out, suddenly you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. It's the Odinist. Now we have Karen Reed. And this has gone absolutely ballistic. All three of us do believe that the evidence supports that Karen Reed was involved in the death of her boyfriend. We believe it's the evidence. We all three believe that the defense claims of a huge conspiracy between all the family and friends at the Alberts, the McCabe's, and the EMTs and the labs and the police, all are conspiring to frame Wendy Reed. We find that does not seem to hold water. Now, we don't have it. None of us have had an issue with somebody saying, I'm watching the case and I'm feeling different than you. All right. You have the right to feel different from us. Now, we're all three professionals, mind you, professionals in our field. And most of the people that are saying that we're incorrect or wrong are not professionals. They're the people that might be on a jury. They might be homemakers, teachers. They might be nurses, many other wonderful professions, but they're not criminal profilers. They're not attorneys. They're not FBI agents or retired. And of course, a lot of you want to attack, oh, you retired, because I love to say that if we're not working, like we're no longer with the particular agency, like Jennifer Coffinduffer, Jen is retired. So what? And I'm not retired, I hate to tell you. I'm an independent profiler. I'm still working. So, but you all want to say because of my age, oh, you're a has-been. Wendy Murphy. Just the attacks on her are absolutely astronomical, unbelievable. She's a lovely person. I spent a lot of time on Nancy Grace listening to what she had to say, and I always found her to be a very rational person. Now, does that mean I always agree with Wendy Murphy? or Jen Kuffendaffer. No, I don't always agree. And I'm sure the two of them don't always have to agree with the great profiler, Pat Brown. And neither do you. You don't have to agree. What you should be is polite. You should be reasonable. And what I'm seeing is women who hate women who hate women who have had some success in their lives. And it's really sad because women are fighting all the time to, in a world which is true that they have a harder time achieving certain levels of success than men. Believe you me. I'm sure Wendy can tell you, I'm sure Jen can tell you, I can tell you that it's hard to be in a world which has been dominated by males. Now, I'm not anti the males in that world. I'm just saying that's just the way it is. And so we have managed to be able to be successful in spite of that. And sometimes we have been successful and earned less money than males in that world because of circumstances. And we're willing to do that because we're trying to, first of all, we love our professions. And we also want to encourage other women to follow into those professions. But out here, 90% of the women who are attacking us hate us for being successful in our professions. What the heck? What is wrong with you all? Why do you do this? I mean, it's incredibly sad to me. It's incredibly sad because I am pro-women all the way. And I'm pro-women in every aspect of life. I was a homeschooling mom for, 14 years of my life. Well, even, and if you add in the years of nursing babies and all that stuff, 20 years I stayed home to raise my children, to care for them, nurse them, and homeschool them. And then I went into criminal profiling later on. So I mean, I've had a foot in both worlds, professional and the home, and I'm totally for both of those worlds. But I see attacks coming from all over the place. It's insane. And what is driving women to hate other women to this extent? It's just phenomenal to me. And I find it very, very sad. And that's why I wanted to speak about this today, because all three of us have been pretty polite about people disagreeing with us. We don't have an issue with that, but we do have an issue with respect. And we've worked hard in our fields for 2 to 3 decades. And other women should be, oh, thank you for doing that. And I disagree, but hey, that's okay. But that's not what we're seeing. We're seeing moms and heavily female moms going after other females and trashing them in every way possible, insulting them and trying to denigrate them. Why? Because you really, in the recent stuff, because you really believe that Karen Reed is innocent, and therefore anybody who disagrees with that is an abominable human being, that we're shills for the state. Hey, I don't live in Massachusetts. I've never even been to Boston. I don't work for any agency and never have. I'm independent. I have stood up against police corruption. And in this case, what I see is a defense putting out a ridiculous conspiracy theory. I'm not saying the police did everything right or the prosecution is the greatest, but I'm just honest about, hey, I'm having trouble with the conspiracy theory, as is Wendy Murphy, as is Jen Kuffendaffer. We're having problems with the defense theory. Now, it doesn't mean you can't listen to the defense theory. It doesn't mean that the prosecution doesn't have to present a good prosecution. It doesn't mean that they cannot be reasonable doubt if the jury decides so at a certain point because the prosecution doesn't do a good enough job. I don't have an issue with that. What I have an issue with is this mob mentality, this nastiness out on the internet. And I see it in so many cases that I do. I've seen it where somebody says, Pat Brown, I loved you until this one case, and now you're a complete piece of garbage. It's like, why would you say that? I mean, I disagree with other professionals on cases. I don't hate them. I mean, I disagree with many people on things, but I don't cancel them from my lives. So God help all of you nasty women who are doing this to other women. What do you do to your families and your friends? Do you cancel them because they don't have the same political viewpoint as you? Do you cancel them because they said something about child rearing that you disagree with? Like whatever it might be. Oh, I'm pro hospital birth. I'm pro home birth. I'm pro nursing. I'm pro formula. Oh, we can all have our opinions on that, but we have to hate the person on the who thinks differently. Why? Is it because if they think differently from us, we're not right? If you think differently from me, you're saying I'm a stupid person. So Pat Brown, Wendy Murphy, Jen Koffendorfer, if you disagree with me, you're insulting me. You're insulting me, and therefore you're a scum. You're a scum. And this is what I see going on. I've seen it. I've seen it for years. I mean, I've been on TV for years, and whoever you're out there, you know, who like me, don't say, "Oh, Pat Brown, you don't have to defend yourself." Hey, that's not what this is about. I don't need to defend myself. I'm perfectly happy with who I am and what I say. And if I were doing things for clicks, like some people think, well, Pat Brown, you're just doing that for clicks. Seriously? If I wanted clicks and money, my God, I'd be on the free Karen Reed train like you wouldn't believe. I'd be pro West Memphis 3 is innocent. My God, are you insane? I am planning a trip to New York City with my daughter and my granddaughter. And it's only a 4-day trip, but it's pretty expensive. If I were only free Karen Reed and everything's a conspiracy theory, my God, I could have paid for that trip with 2 videos. Instead, I put up videos and I lose subscribers. I get hate comments. You think I'm making money off of this? That's not true. Because if you go with the mob, that's how you make the money. What you have to do is go with what the huge population on the internet is, on YouTube. You have to go along with whatever they think is true. And when you do that, that's where you make your money. That's where you run along with the gossip. Every day you do a gossip story. Every day you're involved in saying free Karen Reed, free Karen Reed. Oh my God, the McCabe's are liars, and you know, the Alberts are liars. Oh my God, oh my God. You do that every day, you make a shitload of money. And I would be paying not only for my trip to New York, but I could pay for my trip to Hawaii next year. But I'm not doing that because I'm not here for clicks. I'm here for education. I'm here for truth. Maybe you don't want to hear that, but if you're one of those women out there who feels a need to denigrate one of the 3 of us, and there's a bunch of other people too who are doing some really great work who are not professionals, and I'm not going to bring up all their names, but they're doing some nice work. I see them attacked as well. And they're not attacked for what they're saying. They're attacked for who they are. They're insulted, constantly insulted. You're a damn fool. You don't do your research. You're a shill for the state. You need to stop profiling because you can't profile with crap. Blah blah blah. You were an FBI agent, but clearly they got rid of you. Wendy Murphy, you don't know anything about the law. This is the nasty stuff. And 90% women. Women, what's wrong with you? We have a hard enough time in life. For God's sakes, let's support each other instead of tearing each other to shreds. Because, you know, here you are saying, oh, we don't have a fair deal in life. Well, maybe it's because you're still about stabbing each other in the back. Maybe that's a female thing. I don't know. I never understood it. I'm not very female in a lot of the ways I think. But I've seen women stab each other in the back a lot. It's almost like gone back in time, and like we're all fighting for the men and we have to stab other women in the back to get the man. I mean, it's 2024. For God's sakes, act like decent human beings. Stop being this way. I mean, I said, that's my soapbox today. I've just seen so much nastiness from females. It just blows me away. Blows me away because, you know, we are struggling still in this world. We have a difficult situation because I also believe that, you know, it makes sense that, you know, since we are human beings that actually bear children and nurse our children, and we're good at taking care of our children. That's what mothers do. I mean, I still am very pro women being able to have the right to raise their children and to be in the home and all that stuff, to be homemakers and provide a lovely home life for the family. I'm still very pro that. And I did all of that. I'm past that because I'm in the grandmother stage. So I provide more of that at this point in time. So I'm very pro for women to have the choice to stay at home or to work. But let's face it, because we can get pregnant and because we are the ones usually taking care of the children, we suffer from being able to move forward in a professional life as much as we might like to do. That is just a reality of life. And I understand that. But when women do have that opportunity, maybe later in life, maybe because they found some way to manage it earlier in life, then we should support those women. For God's sakes, this is what we've been fighting for years, to be able to have a professional life. And yet here we have 90% of the women out here trying to destroy the women who have achieved that. And all we're here is for you. We're here for you. We want you to be able to understand that, women should be respected. Women should be paid attention to. Women should have the right to be able to be in this professional world. And 90% of you out here seem to not like it. And I find that absolutely appalling. And I don't know what's wrong with you. I swear to God, I do not. I'm a profiler, but I'm going to say you're suffering some kind of insecurity issues, and you need to get over it, and you need to join in, and you can disagree with us. That's fine. You have that right as a human being and as a female to disagree. But for God's sakes, do it in a respectful way and not tear down everything women like us have been trying to do for women like you. Anyway, that's it. That's just my soapbox for today. If you're new to the channel, do like and subscribe and support the channel, because believe me, I'm pretty sure when I did this video, I probably lost a whole bunch of subscribers, because that's the way it works, because I will not go along with the mob. I will not. Thank you very much for being here. Bye.